It's a big ass piece too. You want it or no? Because it's been in the
Yeah,
ground.
go ahead and put it in there.
Okay. Right. That's a big ass piece. Just put this in there too.
Yeah.
Even with all this junk in it. It's gonna make your flute dirty, no? Those bigger pieces I think are better, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that just has shit in it. Like, you know, like too much.
That's actually...
Okay, sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What'd I do? Mess it up? The
Yeah.
one little piece?
Well, I had started building a little clay house.
I'm sorry I messed up your clay house, baby.
Yeah. You destroyed my clay house.
Baby. Come on now. Okay. Fucking the clay.
Not on the camera.
Oh, my bad. Oh, it is on. Sorry, guys. I didn't know you recorded again. But if you don't, you know what I mean. Make it happen.
Manifest that positivity, guys.
I do have to quit drinking Bud Light, though, because apparently they stopped endorsing the LGBTQ community. So I need to change my choice of beer or change beer altogether.
You're changing your beer because they're not doing what they were doing?
Because, yeah, well, no, they actually did something else to further not support that.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah.
What'd they do?
They made a very, I can't remember the post now, but they made a very public announcement that they were not supportive of that community.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, trying to get their clientele back, I guess.
To each their own, exactly. But that's not my own, so.
Yeah, I like Dos Equis anyway.
I know, exactly.
They never claimed to
And
be
we're
anything.
just, helping the Dos Equis from Mexico. So,
Yeah.
let's do what we can, right?
Sorry, y'all, I like Mexican beer.
Yeah. Sorry, does that make us a traitor? Because some people have been calling us traitors lately,
They've been calling
unfortunately.
you a traitor.
Well, I mean, you're married to a Mexican that supports
No one has had the guts
to call you a traitor,
to call
huh?
me a traitor.
That's what I tell them. I said, you need to be careful what you say to me because there's a strong biker community behind me. And not all of them are as loving, as empathetic as I am. And most of them love me for my good heart. So,
Yeah, you may be a little bit shit crazy, but there's a lot of us out here that absolutely adore you.
yeah, I'm a little crazy, but I'm crazy for good things and positivity and love. So, shut up, stupid. You've been married to me for how long?
I've been married to you since 2014, which makes me crazier than you, because I knew what the train looked like before I got on board.
Yeah, he did. He even pushed it. He was like, a year after we'd engaged, when are we getting married? So that shows how crazy he is.
But in my defense, at no point have I tried to hide that, right?
From the very beginning, true. He told me he was an asshole.
Yeah.
Sorry, YouTube.
We're good. I brought us sunflower seeds, but I don't think we're going to need them.
No, we're very occupied. You want this little piece of clay?
That looks, is it clay or is it a rock?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's clay. Throw it in there. I'm saving the clay that we're collecting to attempt to make my own ocarina
A flute for me to meditate with.
for us.
For us to meditate with, yes, because it will bring you meditation and peace too, huh?
Yeah.
And we'll have our little stones that we collected around us. That we tumbled ourselves. It'd be so funny if you end up trying to make the flute and then you find like these gems in it.
Right. My foot just broke away.
Yeah, that happens.
That happens.
See, I don't know how much of this is clay and how much of it is little things like this. But I want to incorporate all of this as we polish it into our new house. Because this is a fun date. So no matter what it turns out like, I want to incorporate it into our new home, yeah?
Yeah.
During our transition. It'll bring us peace and comfort to have a place from our home, right?
Most definitely.
This will definitely always be a home of ours. Maddie asked me to marry him at our house here 13 years ago. So it's a very special place to both of us. He was born and raised here. I luckily came here just when I met Maddie, huh?
Yeah.
I don't think I could have survived here without you. I know I couldn't have survived middle school without you.
Middle school was rough.
Yeah, that was hard. All the interviews I've been doing, when they ask about my experience, I'm like very blunt. I'm like, yeah, middle school did me in. They made me. But then last year's kindergarten group also did me in. That was a rough year. But you always have a couple rough ones in the middle, right?
Yeah, I mean, without struggle, you can't appreciate the good times.
Right. The growth. And
That's like we told Jay when he kept complaining about the Honda and everything.
Right.
You got to have the bad bikes to appreciate the good running bikes, you know?
Yeah, like I like that we were both raised like in families where we had to struggle a little bit, because if we would just had everything given to us, we wouldn't appreciate the struggle, and we wouldn't value as much of life as we do, I don't think.
Appreciate the struggles of a strong time.
Right. Like, but it helps you grow to be a better person. And actually they say most people have their spiritual awakenings when they're helping those in need, or when, like, one person had a spiritual awakening when he just like happened to turn a corner. He was actually a monk, so it was a different kind of spiritual awakening. But he turned a corner and saw all these homeless people, and all of a sudden his heart just realized that him being in solitude as a monk wasn't what was meant for him. And he had a different kind of awakening to help people versus just being in solitude. And I say that happens a lot when you go through the struggle of life, that you do end up having a spiritual awakening.
I mean, again, goes back to what I said. You got to know struggle to appreciate struggle.
Right.
You got to know what, you know, some of these young men and women and adults are going through to appreciate. And if you really know what they're going through, you know what they really need. And if you know what they really need, you can provide what is needed versus piling junk onto a pile that doesn't need junk. It needs, the fire doesn't need more fuel. It needs air, right? To have a proper fire, you have to have ignition, air, and fuel. But if all you dump on is fuel and don't give it air to breathe,
Right. You got to give it some life.
then you're smothering it. You have to provide it air, life, so it
To
can
help
grow,
it
so it can
thrive.
become bright, vibrant, energetic. It can flourish. Now, again, we're talking about a fire, but the idea applies to everything else, to everybody else. You have to provide life into somebody to hope to see life come back out of them.
Sorry. They're still there, most of them. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your... No, but he's right. As I dumped the life out into the creek. In my defense, these are the precious gems from the bottom layer he got that I was trying to put in there so they wouldn't throw away. I'm sorry, continue. But that's exactly going hand in hand with the interviews I've had in Florida. A lot of the schools I've applied with are Title I schools in low impoverished areas, and they're victims of circumstances. No matter what, these parents are working nonstop. And it's true. I've seen it. I've been in the Title I schools my whole career, other than China. And these parents, most of them, the majority of them are truly trying, but they can't get out of the cycle of minimum wage, or it's just life beating them down. So we have to teach the kids how to get past that cycle. Thank you for visiting us. Those were ducks, right? Or geese? Geese. So if we don't help our friends and our neighbors, then we'll never make our world a better world. World is a hard word for me to say, by the way.
World.
Real world. Oh, look, I did it right. What was the other word I was trying to say the other day?
I don't remember.
Real world. I think that was it. And for some reason, I could not say it to save my life. But there was another word. I can't remember. Either way. I love this. This is the best state ever. You're getting deeper and deeper and getting more stones too.
And squishy clay.
And squishy clay. Well, we can dig another spot if you want. But I feel like the deeper we go, the better, huh? It's like, I don't know how much of this is clay and how much is maybe be something under the clay, like you said. You know, like the little ones? Like,
Yeah.
who's to say there's not a little thing under it, right? Where the clay developed over it. It's crazy. A lot of the stones I've been researching, they say they turn out the way they turn out because of all these special things that happen during the duration of the life of the stone. So it has to take just the right temperatures and just the right elements to make that stone appear the way it appears, which is magical in itself, right?
Yeah.
Which is kind of like the basis of mysticism. It's kind of like the universe and spirituality is so abstract that you really just have to try to connect with nature, connect with that we're all one,
Sorry.
we're all connected, and that opens up a whole nother freaking mystery that you'll never understand. Isn't that crazy?
Alright, we got a full rock container.
Yeah, they're full. It's full.
And I think the bucket's going to be too,
Heavy to get up.
well,
Okay.
not too heavy to get up. I have straps that are going to help me get it up.
Okay. You be done with sifting?
Well, I want to follow this stream.
A little bit further up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just leave the stuff here for right now.
And
And
just see what happens?
Yeah.
Like in the water kind of flow? Or boots? Like, there's not another way than in
yeah,
the
through
water.
the water.
Okay.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about, yeah.
You want to bring the little handheld sifter?
Yeah, we can.
That way we can sift down there easier than taking this big thing, or do you want to take this big thing? Excuse me.
I say we leave the big thing here.
Yeah? Okay. Oh, wait, do we want to keep this?
Yeah.
It'll be tumbled either way, right?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I keep dropping shit.
It's okay. If we drop it, it's meant for something else.
Exactly. Absorb or take it.
As you just brush away all the ones I'm trying to pick up.
I'm sorry, baby. Like, it wasn't meant to happen. It wasn't meant to be. You know what you just told me?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect timing as I finish my non-supportive beer. I'm really just, I should have, like, but see, yeah, like you said, they were trying to be supportive and people backlashed at them for being supportive, so.
Yeah, the company almost.
So they're making public announcements now of not being supportive, unfortunately.
All right, y'all. We're going to go upstream.